Go.
My name is Rabbi Sam Intrator, and I and my colleagues from the Rabbinic Advisory Committee, Real Peace Middle East, are here to discuss with you what we think it will take to achieve real peace in the Middle East. At this time, when Americans are focused on presidential debates, we are calling for that debate to be broadened and include a deeper look at what it will take to bring real peace to the Middle East. Next year, we are sure that a very major U.S. foreign policy issue facing the president, whoever he may be, will be what it will take to bring peace to the region and the issues of Palestinian statehood. In light of the violence that the Arab Spring has caused, and today we mourn 4 Americans killed in Benghazi, Libya, as well as the ever-growing serious nuclear threat Iran is posing, we want to hear the presidential candidates speak about how Israel, America's greatest ally in the region, can be supported in attempts to achieve peace. When President Obama suggested Israeli settlement construction was a major impediment to peace and called on Israel to freeze all settlement construction as a prerequisite to peace negotiations, his actions prevented a meaningful discussion between Israeli and Palestinians about what it would take to bring real peace to the Middle East. Settlement construction is not the only major impediment to peace. Palestinian refusal to recognize Israel as a Jewish state prevents a Jewish and Palestinian state from coexisting side by side. Palestinian incitement to hate and kill Israelis in its government-controlled TV and school textbooks poisons the atmosphere for peace. The Palestinian Authority currently is forming a coalition government with a terrorist Hamas organization whose goal is to, God forbid, violently eliminate the state of Israel. That impedes peace between Israelis and Palestinians from ever happening. So we would like to see the presidential debate between the candidates broadened to include a discussion of these issues. Our organization has also sponsored a trilogy of webisodes that are Hollywood produced and written, which show through humor and satire the absurdity of the peace process the way it has been pursued in these last years. We hope that as a result, a larger segment of the population will explore more deeply what is truly preventing peace in the Middle East. We're also presenting Israel, America's most trusted ally in the Middle East, with a proclamation of support in these times when it faces so many serious threats. So we are gathered here opposite the Israeli Consulate to show our support and solidarity for Israel and its democratic, peaceful policies.
Am Israel Chai. Thank you. Yeah.
First, see your
So otherwise you will not film.
One second.
Oh, that's
in the middle we don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, probably like, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, good. All right. Start with your name first.
Y-E-H-U-D-A-K-A-P-L-O-U-N.
Okay. Okay, explain us about the
reason we're here today is to make sure that Israel's foreign policy debate is front and center about its security issues. Without any regard to this cross-section of rabbis, Democrats, Republicans, Independents are all here, all having a reason to be here. Some of us believe that Israel's security needs to be addressed in a way that's fair and impartial, and we want to make sure that it's addressed in a fair and impartial way. And unfortunately, what we have now is, in my opinion, an administration that hasn't dealt with Israel fairly,
Correct.
not dealt with Israel in any shape, way, or form that's deserving of the respect of America's truest ally. And as a result, we're here to make sure that when they have a debate, they can discuss Iran, they can discuss Syria, Egypt, the Arab Spring, and discuss it in a mechanism and a fair policy that allows Israel to speak for itself and defend itself without any other involvement.
Amen.
Away from West Palm Beach now to participate in this very important state that we, a group of rabbis, are making on behalf of the State of Israel and on behalf of most Americans who understand that the entire dialogue, the entire conversation about Middle East peace has been taken to some ridiculous extremes. The question is not about settlements, the question is not about borders. The basic question is, are there two partners on both sides who want peace, real peace? And as we just found out 2 days ago, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas said that the territories before 1967 also belong to Palestinians. He is basically saying exactly what Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has been saying. He basically says there is no room for the State of Israel. There is no place for Jews in the Middle East. This has to be said, and history has shown only when American administration takes a strong moral stand and demands that we get rid of this moral equivalency, only then the Palestinians are willing to come to the negotiating table. In the last several years, that has been lost, and this president has made a drastic change from all the previous administrations by basically kind of comparing and saying both sides have problems, they're all guilty equally, and also saying that the other side, the Palestinians, believe in human rights and religious tolerance, and we see, as we turn on television sets every day now, we see what the so-called Arab Spring has brought to this world, and the fact that we just had the murder of an American ambassador in one of the most friendlier Muslim countries to America. I think that should wake up everybody, no matter who sits in the White House. It's not a Jewish issue, it's an American issue. Israel is the best friend America has, and I think America has to make a statement and say, we will not allow Israel to be isolated the way they feel right now. They feel very lonely, they're being threatened from every side. Hezbollah, Hamas, Muslim Brotherhood. We have seen now demonstrations of Muslim Brotherhood in Amman, Jordan. It's very, very bad times. And I hope that Monday night debates will spend a lot of time and focus on this major issue. Israel is there for America. America has to be there for Israel.
Amen.
Say your whole name to spell it out so they can write it.
Oh, okay. My name is Leonid, L-E-O-N-I. I grew up in a society that persecuted those who disagreed.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good, and you?
Pretty good.
I love America.
Oh, yeah.
America is not for Israel.
Hi, I'm Richard Freer, and we're here at the Israeli Consulate, and we have come here to talk about the fact that the potential candidates are glossing over the fact that the Arabs are calling for the destruction of the State of Israel. There needs to be immediate disarming of Iran. Hamas, Hezbollah, Muslim Brotherhood, they can't get away with this stuff. Where's that old mentality of the Haganah, the Irgun? South-Floridians for the safety and security of Israel are here at the consulate with the rabbis to demand that the United States government do what's right. Am Yisrael Chai, disarm Iran now. Amen.